It's 6:30. Good morning, I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. A pedophile who sexually abused his stepdaughter for more than a decade in the Lake Macquarie area has been jailed for 18 years. Newcastle District Court heard how the offender groomed the girl from the age of 4 and had sex with her when she was just 12. The Herald reports based on time already served, the man in his 40s will be eligible for parole in 2026. The cost of the Hunters street lights is becoming a bigger concern for the region's councils, with Cessnock Council set to take action on the matter tonight. Council's planning to write to Premier Mike Baird and Energy Minister Anthony Roberts, calling for an urgent reform of street lighting. Cessnock Council's Director of Works and Infrastructure, Justin Fitzpatrick-Barr, says there's also concerns about the relationship with electricity providers.
The concern that we have is there's no service agreements in place between council and Ausgrid at the moment. While ever they're two entities, public entities, that there's been friendly relationships in the past, and certainly we've worked well together in the past. We're working well together at the moment, but if the Ausgrid became private, there's no certainty that those relationships will continue.
The push to create a rainbow crossing in Newcastle has suffered a major setback. Police, the RMS and council's traffic experts say it would be too dangerous and in breach of road regulations. However, supporters of the crossing aren't giving up and are hopeful one will be created in a park or public plaza as a show of support for the city's gay and lesbian community. The Newcastle Community Consultative Committee on the Environment is holding a free community workshop at Cooks Hill tonight. The workshop will demonstrate the use of the internet to learn about air quality in Newcastle and further afield. Environment Protection Authority Hunter Manager Adam Gilligan says the workshop will enable residents to learn new skills and understand more about air quality.
Tonight's workshops will be an opportunity for people to come and understand a little bit more about the technical side of air quality and how it's being monitored and managed in Newcastle, and learn some skills to be able to access the data themselves and to be able to analyse that data.
A multi-institute research team led by University of Newcastle Professor Rob Sampson-Fisher has been granted almost $4 million in federal funding to improve dementia care. The National Health and Medical Research Council-funded project aims to understand the unmet needs dementia sufferers have when it comes to medical, personal and home safety issues. Professor Kitchener says the national study will be administered from Newcastle.
What we are interested in is knowing what are the unmet needs of people with dementia and their carers. What are the problems with providing sufficient care for people with dementia and support for their families? And we can also find out what are the innovative ways of caring for people with dementia.
The recycling message seems to be getting through in Lake Macquarie, with residents handing over 1 million kilograms of e-waste to council over the past 6 years. It works out to be about 16,000 kilograms a month of TVs, mobile phones and computers, which are used for parts instead of being dumped in landfill. A lot of unwanted household goods are actually made with valuable materials like silver and gold.
Sport for our sponsor, Warners Bay Sports Club, Fishing Expo, September 13.
Newcastle Knights interim coach Danny Badiris has named an unchanged squad for Monday night's clash against the Melbourne Storm. Joey Tarpany has been added to a 5-man bench for the round 24 match, having been a late withdrawal due to illness last weekend. Badiris says the team will benefit from having more than a week's break.
It's the luxury of obviously naming the same team, which is great, so we haven't named that from probably round 3. So yeah, they'll roll in today, gave them a couple of days off. Obviously been a long turnaround for us, which is fantastic. It's good.
Newcastle Hunters Katie Ebzery is hopeful she will line up alongside fellow Hunters junior Susie Batkovich at next year's Olympic Games, having impressed in recent Opals victories over New Zealand. The win secured Australia's passage to Rio, where they will chase a 6th straight Olympic medal. And in soccer, Edgeworth coach Damien Zane is confident the team can cover for the loss of suspended defender Pat Wheeler in this weekend's first leg of the Northern New South Wales National Premier League semi-final against Broadmeadow. That's Sport, I'm Rhys Wicks.
2 NURFM News Time 26 to 7.